And we're on.
No
That was
countdown. What the fuck?
pretty quick. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's okay.
That was
What
a
do you
little
mean
bit
pretty
better,
quick?
actually.
It's all black right now still.
Well,
Okay.
both of us came on. Last time was slower, but
True.
and it's loaded up. That wasn't too bad, actually. So
Hey,
let's
Mike.
just pray that light stream over here, our little stream provider, actually keeps things running smoothly. But
Mm-hmm.
welcome back, everyone, to Fast Track Feedback Fridays.
Yep.
It's the show where we give you super detailed reviews on your tracks, hopefully constructively.
Yeah.
We'll try not to tear you down too much, but
An
the point
extra
is
welcome
to
back to three goats of the submission game.
yes,
Quite possibly the top three
could
submitters.
be
We
of
got
all time.
Jokerhead, we got Chess Bro, and we got Jacob Johnson all here, showing up, showing out for their tracks, and they all tipped. So shouts out to you guys. So we'll get to you guys
Hmm.
first. Those three are the top of the queue. Can't wait to hear what they're up to. Then we got Dino Spumoni, possibly the best name of the submissions of all time. So another goat, and then Marwalo, which seems like maybe a newcomer. So welcome. But we have a queue, and it's always open. Let's see here. Shit, my bubbles. Where's my little
I can try to do it if you need.
boom?
Boom.
We have a website. Go submit your songs there.
Yes.
If you want to be like the top three goats of all time, boom. This is the same website.
Same
I
link.
keep forgetting. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but the
guys, we have a platform you could do all in one. Go over there, submit your song, see the queue. You have all these questions. Go to that website. You could even watch us there. Do it.
yeah,
You
yeah,
could tip to skip the line, $5 minimum, and we'll get to you this stream.
we've built this pretty fancy feedback giving system here. So the idea is everything is in our platform, which we're building. All the platform itself is evolving quickly behind the scenes into a music collaboration and
Oh
management
yeah, I'm
platform.
excited.
So we're working on that, but for now we've just got the stream functionality there. This will allow you to sign up for the platform, and you can even start configuring your profile for the future for collaborators. But right now, if you go to that site in the chat, you can see the actual queue. Once you submit, you can sign up for an account. There's a little toggle, and that will save your info for next time, so it'll be even faster. You'll get notified when you get reviewed, and we've got a stream upcoming that you might get reviewed in. And you can easily tip through the platform to skip right to the top of the queue. So
Yeah.
that's what we're doing. That's what we've got going here.
Yeah.
And you'll see our whole scoring system and viewing system on the stream overlay here. If there are issues, it is because of our streaming provider, not us. So
It
we're
is
working
never
with
our
them.
fault.
Yeah, sometimes
Never.
it is, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're working with them on that. So hopefully things go smoothly, and you'll be able to see your scores on the overlay.
Forget what Josh says. Oh, it's never our fault. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, never.
Yeah. Hey guys, 4 people in the chat. Say what's up. If you guys have songs, boom, use that link. Check out our website. Use that same link to tip. Boom. If you want to tip, you can get your song reviewed right away. But we have 3 people that have tipped already, so we got to get through them first. Then we have
Yes.
2 other people in the free queue, and yeah, we usually get only through 5 total. So if you want to get in, you want to secure your spot. Some freakish accident happens where we just go crazy and go super fast. We give in depth feedback though. You'll see.
Yeah.
Use that tip link. But without a
Sweet.
doubt, without a delay, do you want to go to the first song?
Without further ado, yes, let's push
Boom.
it to the first track here. Should show up momentarily.
Bad Jester. We've heard this track before. So this is probably a version, knowing Jokerhead's work ethic, in the hundreds.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's some new version of it. If coming soon in our platform, we'll have some versioning features, so we'd be able to see how Jokerhead progresses over time, because even he doesn't know how. So we're trying to make the best product with
Yes,
several
indeed.
features. Anyways, okay, Jokerhead. I don't know if you're here. You're usually blowing up the chat, so I'm guessing not.
Probably
But
not yet. He probably
yeah,
will
I
be.
would say talk about your track, but I'm sure he will and be like, "Guys, why did you do me first? Do me again." But
And
anyways,
then he'll send something else.
yeah, then he'll send us another copy pasta gold. So
Yeah,
we
so
hope.
get
I'm here.
everyone get your tracks in the queue before Jokerhead comes back.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. He is the most submitted time person of all time, and actually, Chess Bro is number 2.
Chess Bros number 2, back
So,
at it again. All
I
right,
appreciate it.
should we go into this?
Yeah, let's
And
do it.
anybody who's in the chat, say hi, and also let
Talk
us
about
know
the
if you hear
track. Yeah,
audio.
let us know what you know.
Yeah. All
All
right,
that stuff.
let's do this.
Do it.
3, 2, 1.
Bad Jester. Quit. Quitting it?
What?
Did you quit?
Yeah, are you hearing it?
No, it didn't. Quit.
You need to click on your waveform first. That might do it.
Damn, guys. Oops. Sorry.
I,
That
I
was
should have told you
also
that
not our fault.
before.
No, it's okay.
All right.
Try again.
3, 2, 1.
Wow. I had some little hard. Punch it
It's kind of an interesting sound, but
Uh-oh. I like that pattern. Rhythm here. Look, Red, you need to have the top liner. It's like pretty solid overall. Top line.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Nice. Right there, bud. That is nice. Kind of a the whole time. Yeah. A little arpeggiator. Yeah,
That was an
cool ending.
interesting fade out. Yeah.
Cool ending. Yeah. Jokerhead. Wow.
Yeah. Some cool
Solid.
stuff going on.
Solid. I did. Do you have first impressions vibe? I want to make sure I don't come out of the gate just roasting the guy, but
Yeah. I mean,
but first of all, it's just solid. like solid
Yeah,
foundation
yeah,
of
definitely.
everything. The beat sounds just fat in general, nice and filled out, not too cluttered. Drums sound very crunchy. I think the hi hats themselves, I talked about it. It seems a little bit harsh, heavy on the high frequency there. Um, I was the criticism that I was going to say is like, bro, bring that melody that's there. It's like somewhat of a top line, but it's pretty interesting actually, and the timbre of the synth is fantastic. I think you brought it out at like what 3 minutes? Like, bruh, I need that way earlier. Like around 2 minute 30, I think was when I was like ready to skip the song, just because nothing developed really. But then you bring out like the arguably the best part at 3 minutes in, when that's like the duration of one song already.
Yeah,
So yeah, man, bring that in earlier. That was very cool. I like
yeah.
the pad work in here in general, and yeah. What about you? What do you have for vibes? First impressions?
Yeah, I agree about the length. I think that was the first criticism I had probably is even in that first section before it gets into this quieter part.
Mm-hmm.
It just goes on with a lot of repetition
Brown,
of the same
brown,
thing, and
brown,
it's a
brown.
very like in your face sound.
Yep.
I think it's okay to like start the track off with that, and then oh hey Ches bro, welcome back, good to see you.
Yo! My
Um,
chat's not working. I can't see him. Sad.
oh really? Um, Yeah, I was like, "Lot?" Yeah, lit.
Lit
Um,
indeed.
yeah, I think it's okay to start the song with that part. It needs to be like 8 bars instead of 32 or something like that,
Yeah.
and then go into something else.
Mhm.
So that's one component to this. I think there are a lot of interesting and, like, pretty well done transitions between stuff. I think
Yeah.
maybe Jokerhead, you found a few new tricks
Yeah.
up your sleeve
Some
to
of the
use.
risers were, like, fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, some of those are really cool. I think generally the sort of, like, cohesion between the bottom line stuff and the top line stuff with like the melodies and everything is pretty good here. Like it's in the upper percentile, I think, for your stuff.
Mm.
I'm feeling like overall, not to say that this is really a category score, but I feel like this is a good foundation, but feels like it's like 80% ish refined for what it could be
Yeah.
as the track that it is. There's
Mhm.
just like details throughout, sort of like small things with the production, small things with like instruments that might be doing things that are a little bit clashing or just don't quite fit the moment. Especially in this last section, I was hearing a lot of like uh doom 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 or some sort of like sort of low mid instrument, like not quite a bass instrument that was kind of jumping around a lot. It was just
Oh,
distracting.
like an arpeggiator? Was it that?
Yeah, let me see if I can find something here. Actually, that part's okay. I think it was a little bit earlier that I was.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking of. There's just a lot of sort of
Mhm.
movement in that arpeggiator, and
Whoopsies.
it's pretty low, and it's a little bit much, I think. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. There are other places where there are just like hints of dissonance sort of sprinkled throughout, where something isn't quite musically sound.
Oh, there was something of like that in the beginning, like the very beginning. It was like
Oh
with
yeah,
the that offbeat dun 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 dun. There's like another one that came in and it was like dissonant. And I was like,
yeah,
that's I think that's like a bad subjective, but it's like that is a very aggressively dissonant sound
yeah,
versus when he does it with the pads, where the pads are like slowly going it's like very sinister and it's in the background. It's not so look, I'm a wrong note. It's like, ooh, there's something like unsettling in atmosphere.
yeah,
There's a
yeah,
difference,
yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely.
So there's some parts where you did the dissonance, I think, masterfully here. Jokerhead,
Hmm.
there's some parts where I'm like, come on, Jokerhead, you can't put that there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So yeah, but yeah, I did enjoy this listen pretty well. I think that last top pad or synth or whatever that's like it's like very cool. It
That
it
is
reminds
cool.
me
Yeah,
of like revving up an engine or something, and
yeah.
you're like riding a motorbike in
Mad
the realm of
Max,
hell, something like that. Yeah, a little
little
more
desert
fiery, a little
like.
more definitely at
Yeah,
nighttime.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so very cool atmosphere. And Jokerhead has shared with us in the past that he has been looking at like submitting towards like video game music and stuff. Where I could see, like, I was kind of picturing that in my head too. Like, um, I don't know if this is a boss fight really, but it's definitely like a dungeon or something for sure. I think Jokerhead if you just I don't know what platform. I mean, I imagine maybe sound better eventually. Fast track, which is what our hope is to get connected with someone who's like really good at melodies. Maybe like Quinn, for example. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um, to just get a top line going, like get
yeah,
somebody. You have like a great foundation here. Just get somebody to solo a little bit on top of it. That's like has a particularly good ear that you enjoy, and
yeah,
then like clip together parts that you like and don't like. Maybe like chords that they can add for like a switch up, and then like don't change too much. I think you do that sometimes where we give you feedback and then you change the whole song. So like don't do that. This is like very pretty decent. Like
yeah.
please keep it mostly similar and try to put in our feedback. But yeah,
I should mention just on that thread with like hiring somebody to be do like a top line or to add something simple or sort of like make revisions to your stuff.
yeah,
I think is like I mean one of the things we're thinking of building with Fast Track is the ability to like create your own team essentially, and that can be like long term basis or it can be short term, like just for one project, or
yeah,
just being able to hire somebody a la carte, like one off to do something for you, like write a top line or do some synth work.
yeah, yeah.
I think that there's cool prospects to both those things. Where either like if it's a small job, it shouldn't be expensive to hire someone to do that, and you could be really pleased with the results and
Right,
inspired. Or if if they agree to it and you want to have them on your project team or just like give them a small royalty cut of the track, then that's an option too, which might make it lower cost. So curious if you guys have any thoughts on that stuff. So put it in the chat if so.
yeah, yeah. The
But
labels do it, man. There's so many different like specialists in the music industry. It's like our vision is trying to bring that kind of functionality to the masses,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
and to enable those people that do have those specialties to reach a wider audience and possibly work on the songs that they really like.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, for people to find collaborators that are like compatible and relevant to your interests and vision, and all that stuff. So that's the
genre.
idea. The KLX2, welcome.
Yes.
Accept remix. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just don't
Send
ban.
send it
Like,
through.
don't get us banned.
Hopefully not. I don't think we've
Yeah.
had any issues, but
I'm sure we're fine. Yeah. Yeah. Boom.
yeah,
Use our
let's
link there.
yeah, we've got the form in there. This is on our own platform, which has some benefits you'll see shortly here. But if you want to submit and you want to maybe submit again in the future, would recommend toggling the little sign up thing because then you can reuse your info later,
It'll go
and the
much
form will
faster.
be it'll be faster. So that's
Cool.
that. Should we give our scores for vibes?
Yeah, let's go. Chess Bros here, so let's do it.
All
Where's
right,
Joker? I don't know, but
who
vibes. What do
knows?
you got?
Um, I mean, should we just give scores, or do we want to give any more thoughts? I think we've kind of given high level
My bad.
impressions.
Yeah, that was just like a dumb question that I was on autopilot. So
All
my
right,
bad. My bad. I do
let me
that
know when you're
sometimes.
ready.
I think I'm ready.
All
Yeah.
right,
3, 2, 1. Fuck.
it didn't click through yours.
Yeah, yeah. It went away. But thanks.
Nice.
This escaped the potential well of 69 for me.
Yeah, it did. Me too. I was thinking about that.
Congratulations. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jokerhead.
Yes.
This is pretty solid. I
Yeah.
do think there is some room for arrangement. Like it's right now, it's way too long. And the good news is, I think you could fix it relatively easy. Like Josh said, like don't do 32 bars, do 8. You know,
Yeah. Just
bring
like
that
if
like awesome part that you have in the end, like to that beginning. You know.
dude, we've talked about this so much, but this is like a great example of just a little bit of scalpel tool, a little bit of
Yes.
removing stuff could make
Hmm.
this like amazing. Like this could make it like a good to go track.
Yes.
So yeah, man, just take some stuff out and then see how the simplicity lets it breathe and be
Yes.
more satisfying.
Yes. Preach. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's our score. Pretty close there. We do it at the same time. Like I know mine didn't go in, but that one was. I guess that was our platform. But yeah. Anyways, content. What do you have,
Let's
dude?
see.
What I could. I dragged it and I could have got a -1% score. But anyways, it's fixed now.
Okay.
It's fixed out.
Yeah, so in terms of content, I think we've talked about it. It's just like make things a
Yeah.
little shorter.
Yeah.
There's a lot of repetition that is is serving your track negatively.
Hmm.
There's some areas where there's dissonance between parts, or like one thing is a little bit too busy, and
Hmm.
it just that creates a little bit of clashing in the mix too. But it can be solved, I think, by just like calming down some of those parts a little bit.
Yep.
But otherwise, like it's not bad otherwise in terms of content, just a little bit of like rearranging and sort of removal of uh, extra stuff.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, trimming the fat on this for
Yeah,
sure.
trimming the fat.
It does not need to be 4 minutes and 21 seconds long, especially when there's not really a huge change up. There's like one part where it drops out, but like all the drops are pretty much the same. It does not need to be. I would challenge you to even get it to like the 2 minute 30 mark. I don't think it needs to be 420.
Yeah,
And you don't have to add anything huge. I think you could do that with your with that last part there, it being introduced earlier, and I think you could have a really solid track that, yeah, it doesn't do too much and is enjoyable listen. So with
yeah,
that, I have my score. Do you have your score?
yes.
I changed my score. Okay, give us a countdown. I'll click the button when it's there. I'm
All
trying to
right,
get it, but
3, 2, 1. All right,
yeah,
fair enough.
yeah. I was at 66 before, but then I was like, the potential was pulling me there. There's
Yeah,
a lot of stuff I liked, so yeah,
yeah. I think
goes higher.
like especially in the scope, I want to sort of be encouraging a little bit for you, Jokerhead, too, because I think this is a good direction like for you
Fine,
to
fine,
go
fine.
in, and it's very close. I think it is a step up from some of your other tracks. So it's
Yes,
like definitely focus on this. Just do like some minor, removal of extraneous content, and you might have something like really refined and cool here. So
for
yeah,
real.
and then
So
try to submit that for like game music or whatever. Give it a shot.
yes, man, and let us know how it goes. Let us know where you look, and please do not like shit on this song. Please don't. You've done that in the past. Ultra violence. But all right, production.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about. I mean, I think at the beginning, like my ears weren't super like pleased with just how loud and
Bold and brash.
overbearing that sound is at the beginning, and you can kind of see it is a very Jokerhead compressed track, that's
Oh
for
yeah, it's
sure. Yeah, so
bricked up on a Friday.
yeah, so I don't know, like I'm a little bit torn because I think for once it's not too busy, which is really
Yep,
good.
yep.
There are of course a couple of improvements to make. I think the balance is pretty okay. Um, and what else? Oh, you're talking about the track name didn't appear. I think he's talking about in the form, probably,
Yeah. Let me check.
maybe.
Yeah, I was Jenkins Ave. Yo, what's up? No, we you did not.
Jenkins.
Yeah, we're just slow as fuck. You know, you know how it is.
Yeah, you're in
But
two
bro, good to
tracks.
see you. Good to see you. Thank you for the donation too. And do you like our website?
Yeah,
What do you
yeah. Let
think?
us know what you think, and welcome here. And oh,
Appreciate
sweet, Calix too. You sent your track.
it. Okay, yeah,
Uh,
Calixto, we got you.
Let us know what the track name is called, and we can try to manually update it. I don't know why
Yeah,
I
that's
did that.
true. I
It's
won't be
weird.
able. Yeah, I'm trying to do it too. I don't know if I have like editing power, but I might be
Ah,
able to
shit.
edit as well.
Jenkins is stuck with an ad. Yeah, I wish we could turn those off, but Twitch has affiliates by the balls, so sorry.
Yeah, bro, they got our
we
nuts over
don't
here.
like we don't want ads on our shit. It's just Jeff Bezos has his fucking, you
Yeah,
know.
trust us, we don't get paid for it. What the fuck? Why? Why do we get?
Yeah, it's very stupid.
What is the
Also,
benefit?
oh please, if anybody wants to skip the queue, do not sub to us on Twitch because
Yeah.
if we could turn those off, we absolutely fucking would. In a heartbeat, fuck you, Jeff Bezos.
Hmm.
But yeah, because
Joffrey.
they take half of it basically, so we get 250 out of $5, and it's not tracked in our platform either, so it's a nightmare.
Calixto says, "Amazing site." All right, we're gonna use that in a testimony. Thanks, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did you guys get mine? We got your track, dude, bro. You can see the queue. Go to our website. Check it out.
Uh,
Unless it's broken.
well,
But yeah,
just yeah, it's
we
yours
got
if you
yours.
have to.
We got your tip. Thank you very much. You are tip to skip. We have 3 people that tipped actually. So fire. We're bringing in the money apparently. Um,
A whole
definitely,
lot of money.
definitely not a
Um,
lot of money, but we,
yeah,
you know,
$5 a pop. But
yeah, yeah,
let us know, guys, if you are watching the stream in on our platform or in Twitch. Just like we're curious to know, and if it's showing up for you in our on our platform.
yeah. Try to use the
But
website. We'll give you a
yeah,
present. Not really, but okay.
let's
Yeah, let's
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 give
give the scores.
scores. I'm trying to figure out like like the balance issues were okay in this mix, but the loudness is a little bit annoying and the sort of harshness.
Yeah. Oh shit. I wonder if I fucked up um on my scores here, but we'll see. Uh,
What do you mean?
we'll see what happens. All right. Yeah, I agree with that. It seems just loud in general. I wouldn't be too bothered by it. The only thing that bothers me in terms of balance is those hi hats. I just think they're a little bit too high frequency heavy and a little bit harsh. But everything else, I'm kind of used to loud music, so I thought it was pretty decent. I thought it was passable. But yeah, I think it could be better.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready?
Uh, fuck. I might have fucked myself.
What's going on there?
Uh, well, I like clicked my own link, and then I don't know if the score is like. Oh no, there it is. Just a weird glitch, I guess. I
Okay.
just reloaded the page and it's fine. Um,
Chris is really good at breaking stuff, guys.
I really am, like, for real.
He's a master at it.
Yeah, give me like a life-proof phone case and I'll destroy it. I'll
Well,
destroy my
it's
phone.
like how they have like what are they called? White hat hackers or whatever? Like the ones that try to hack for good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
black
Chris
hat
is
for
like a
evil,
he's like a white hat breaker.
but like on accident. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see me like with the website. Yeah,
Yeah.
but all right, I got a
All
score.
right. Let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1. I just adjusted my score. It was going towards 69, but
Yeah, okay. We
I'll
flip-flopped here between content.
yeah, I'll
But
give him the benefit of the doubt. Decent.
yeah, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. I'm putting it lower than content just because I think this isn't as much of a step up maybe
Yeah,
from some of his other stuff. Like it's fine, and I think the content is helping it be easier to mix. But I
yeah,
do
yeah.
think it's important to like keep working on Jokerhead, the loudness of your mixes and the dynamic range, and the harshness, because that
Mhm,
will immediately disqualify some portion of your listeners that are listening,
mhm.
especially if they're coming from something else that's more at average volume. And this is like really shrill and loud and kind of repeating that same shrill sound for the first like minute.
Yeah,
So
with no
that's
change.
very important consideration in how many viewers you keep
Yep,
and then
yep.
how the algorithm continues to recommend you. Okay.
Pray for Jenkins. He has zero Wi-Fi, but still in chat. How?
Uh-oh.
Do you intend to market to other people? Give feedback. Yes, that is one intention, but primarily, I think we want to target artists first in music project management.
Well,
So
yeah, so two
we'll get
things
into that.
here. This is I'm glad you asked. One, we've had some people ask already about giving this like platform software that we're using right now for the stream side to other streamers so they can also use it for their audiences,
Hmm.
which eventually we'll probably try to do.
Yeah.
But the bigger thing that we've been building, we kind of have somewhat built out. It will come down the line, but feedback from professionals like in the music industry that you can like purchase from them. So we'll have a marketplace where you can see a whole list of music industry professionals with different levels of experience, different prices and different artists they've worked with, genres, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And you can get like super detailed visual feedback, kind of like here how we've got the scores and everything. They'll be able to leave timestamped comments on directly on your track, and you'll be able to, sort feedback and have feedback on different versions that you upload and
Oh yeah.
all sorts of stuff. So
Oh yeah.
yes, it's very much on the roadmap.
It'll be sick. Skrillex is on our platform. Confirmed. Rick Rubin on our platform. Confirmed.
Yeah, yeah.
At least fake versions of them.
Dummy
But
users.
yeah, don't use this. Anyways, let's Jokerhead's not paying us enough to. I'm just kidding.
Interesting
We've
idea
been
here
out here
too.
for a
Is
while,
he
but
just said I think it'd be cool to add something that can import a sound with the SoundCloud link. I'm not sure if that's possible. Like the limitation there would be that SoundCloud might block that, so
hmm,
they might not allow like other sites to like download an audio file and upload it somewhere else.
yeah.
Um, that yeah,
SoundCloud
it's a
also
little
like seems to compress their whatever
yes.
sound you
That's
upload.
another issue. One like with
Yeah,
our platform as of now, we're not doing any audio compression, so things will be in their original quality, which is
clean
nice.
audio, y'all. Clean.
Yes.
The best. FastTrack
And
dot
well,
studio.
the other thing is if you're trying to get feedback on stuff and you're uploading to SoundCloud for the purpose of keeping drafts and sharing and stuff, I mean, we are building a better version of that. So if you're
Yeah,
trying to just share your tracks around with either collaborators or share a link, all that kind of stuff, we're
yeah,
literally building that right now. So there will be
yeah,
no great reason, I think, to post like private stuff on SoundCloud because you can just share it around from our platform and then actually manage your tasks around it and collaborators and submit it to feedback providers and service providers. So
yeah.
once you get used to that, you might be like, oh yeah, why the fuck would I put my private tracks on SoundCloud?
Yeah,
But
SoundCloud
obviously it's
idiot.
different for publishing.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. So we got a lot of plans. We're gonna overtake SoundCloud. We'll
Oh
buy
yeah,
them.
for sure.
Anyways, Production.
They're gonna be begging
Oh
us to
no.
buy them.
Yes, Track Total. Maybe we won't buy them because they have a bad history of monetization, I guess. But
Yeah.
all right, Track Total. You have a score?
Mm, yeah, I do.
All right, 3, 2, 1. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Oh
kidding. I'm
god,
just kidding.
fuck. All right, all right.
I was just fucking with them. Could you imagine?
There we go.
Yeah.
Wait, did you change one of your scores? Didn't you have
Uh,
wasn't content 69 before?
yes, I changed it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, what a progression.
Very amazing platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. So yeah, okay. I think this is representative of the track overall.
Yeah.
It's a good effort. It's like pretty clean overall. I'd still say that it's like 80% of the way there refinement wise, and then there's a
Yeah.
couple of things around just like mixing improvements with the volume and the shrillness of certain things and the content length that
Mhm.
could make it like just go down a little easier.
Yeah.
But
Literally, Jokerhead, please do not make drastic changes.
yeah, stay
It is
calm. Don't panic.
right. Like
Don't go breaking stuff like Chris does.
yeah. Learn from my trying to find
Did you just play it?
yeah, I'm trying to find that
No.
where that cool synth part comes in.
Oh.
This part. This part. Start that part at like here. And then bring that upper synth part over here. Kind of there actually. This is the same. This 48-second here is the same as 132. It's like why bring the same, you know, bring that cooler part that you have later. Bring that over here and then yeah, shorten the song. I think that's like literally that's it in terms of like arrangement. And then
Yeah.
follow what Josh said about production. You can get into the 90s with this easily with our scores, I think. So,
Yeah, definitely.
anyways,
All
but
right.
cool.
Cool.
Thanks guys. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Jokerhead.
Jokerhead, shout out to you. The number one most submitted. We literally have the top 3. The number
Yeah.
one most submitted in that order. Chess Bro, the number 2 submitted. Previously the number 1, and
Yeah.
then
Jacob Johnson.
Jacob Johnson, who I pretty confident is number 3. But
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, cool. So shout out to you guys and Chess Bro, welcome back.
Jacob Johnson, we don't need me number 3 in our hearts. You're number 1 in our hearts.
You're like a number 10.
Number 10.
Yeah, no, I'm
No.
excited, bro. I think I'm a pretty big fan of Jacob Johnson's music.
Yeah, me too.
Can't wait. Jacob Johnson or Jake and Zav? What's happening? This is Jacob Johnson.
He's got his 2 personas, so I guess today it's
Right.
Jacob Johnson. I think Jacob Johnson's like the real like stuff coming from home, you know, and then Jenkins Ave is the
It's
persona.
like a fuck boy.
Maybe it's the other way. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Alter ego.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
All right.
Let's go to this next one. So,
Let's do
Boy
it.
Wasted at Slot 731 by Chesbro featuring Hercules. Wow,
Man,
that's quite the
I
song
love it.
title.
I love it. Look how unique this is. So the
Yeah.
role that they played on this was songwriter, composer, lyricist, beat maker, artist, mixing engineer, mastering engineer, producer. That's how you use the roles, baby.
Yep.
He's a one-man band, one-man record label. Track genres: hip hop, rap, urban country, and progressive country. Didn't know we even had those genres on there, but hey,
Yeah, I added like 300, so you're welcome.
fire. Thank you to Josh. Artist, Chess Bro. No love to Hercules, apparently. Long track, finally released. AI music video at boywasted.com.
Cool.
Crazy. They have a whole website for it, too.
Video.
So,
Nice.
cool. But, all right. Right now, we don't have a way to share video. I wish we could, but let's do the song then. Maybe I'll pull it up on Boy Wasted, but if you want to press play.
Yep, let's do it. All right. 3, 2, 1. Chesbro, let us know if there's anything you want feedback on. 0.
Yes.
Go. Whoa. Loud.
Maybe goat?
That's quite loud.
Yeah, hey. I was out south cruising around in the country. Big fat lip in a tree for a Bentley. Moonshine lit with my girl in a 10-speed. Whipping that bitch on a back road dirt street. Homestyle grits with bacon and gravy. Eggs so fresh and the good Lord made it. Sun goes down, get bonfire faded. I'm in the 6th Street, white boy wasted, yeah. I woke up and loved it here. Only need my switch for bass. Central string broke, hold up. Pass the twine and roll up. I had bliss and ice cold beers. I don't fish but we kill deer. Trading corn for soda. My purple FastTrack
It's like
just slowed
Steve
up. I get calls from out of town. I don't pick up nothing now. Trading fresh air with my loud. No gun smoke, no siren sound. Sipping wine, chilling out. That's the laugh they talk about. I get calls from out of town. I don't pick up nothing now. South cruising around in the country. Big fat lip and a dream for Bentley. Moonshine live with my girl in a tent. Be whipping that bitch on a back road Jersey. Home style grits with bacon and gravy. I'm so fresh and a good low made it. Sun goes down, get bonfire lady. I'm in the six, we walk, boy, we see. I'm a white boy wasted, but I'm a black boy rich. You know, I'm up skate, cause we touch my click. We don't play Russian land, but we play around with campfires. Like cowboys, you ain't from around here. Down south, Mississippi, back down here. Gotta make a change in the world, it's tragedy. Tragedy on me to be the opposite. Why should you, cause they hating on the mystery. I'm not trying to preach, I'm trying to vent. Let my own brothers speak the power, he legit. Understand the words that I'm saying real quick. But if you really listen, pay attention. All attention ain't really even it, man. Got me itching, better listen. Gotta understand intuition, get it back to the mission. I'm south, cruising around in the country. Big fat lip and a dream for Bentley. Moonshine live with my girl in a tent. Be whipping that bitch on a back road Jersey. Home style grits with bacon and gravy. Eggs so fresh and a good low made it. Sun goes down, get bonfire faded. I'm in the six, we walk, boy, we see. I was out south cruising around in the country. Big fat lip and a dream for Bentley. Moonshine live with my girl in a tent. Be whipping that bitch on a back road Jersey. Home style grits with bacon and gravy. Eggs so fresh and a good low made it. Sun goes down, get bonfire faded. I'm in the six, we walk, boy, we see. I'm a white boy wasted, but I'm a black boy rich. You know, I'm up skate, cause we touch my click. We don't play Russian land, but we play around with campfires. Like cowboys, you ain't from around here. Down south, Mississippi, back down here. Gotta make a change in the world, it's tragedy. Tragedy on me to be the opposite. Why should you, cause they hating on the mystery. I'm not trying to preach, I'm trying to vent. Let my own brothers speak the power, he legit. Understand the words that I'm saying real quick. But if you really listen, pay attention. All attention ain't really even it, man. Got me itching, better listen. Gotta understand intuition, get it back to the mission. I'm south, cruising around in the country. Big fat lip and a drink for Bentley. Moonshine live with my girl in a tent. Be whipping that bitch on a back road Jersey. Home style grits with bacon and gravy. Eggs so fresh and a good Lord made it. Sun goes down, get bonfire faded. I'm in the six, we walk, boy, we see, yeah.
This is the like saddest part of the bass I've heard. The rest of the song, it sounds like muted.
I like this part. It's so compressed. Outro there. A little short though.
Interesting. I think we've heard a version of this before, Chess Bro, so I'm glad that it's out now. Yes,
That must have been a long time ago though.
It was a long time ago. I remember. I think I remember this song.
I remember hearing like
I remember that
like
sample.
a country song from somebody who we didn't think made country, but was it this one?
I think it's this one. Let us know, Chess Bro. We could look back too, but
I remember like Redwater or something made a country song. With
yes, Redwater and Nate.
Yeah,
made
Nate.
a country song in the past. Yes.
Yeah.
But it was different. This is different.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Chess Bro, Boy Wasted at slot 731. I could only imagine what the AI music video is.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I really wonder what is happening here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at it and it looks wild. Anyways, Vibes, what do you have?
Yeah, I think my first impressions, first of all, welcome back to the stream. Yep. Chess Bro. I'm remembering the Chess Bro sound signature, which hasn't changed a whole lot. Yeah. Now, a couple of things, because we've given feedback on this kind of stuff before, but the number one, it's very compressed and distorted and bright, and there's a lot of high, upper mid-range content that is kind of
Kind of masking a lot of different parts,
yeah,
actually.
there's a lot of like a ton of masking going on in almost everything, I think.
It's yeah.
Even surprisingly with the bass, like
Yeah.
somehow there's so much compression that everything's being sent through and masking from all the mid-rangey stuff. There's just like not enough frequency bandwidth left to like support the low end or something, or there's
Yeah.
some limiter compressor that's just zapping that stuff out or something.
Yeah.
I can't, or maybe it's a side chain. Like I don't know exactly what's going on. There's
Yeah.
definitely a lot happening with the mix wise,
Mhm.
and something I remember that's part of this too is you've got a lot of background vocals that are happening, and
Mhm.
they're very focused in like that what is that 3 to 5 kilohertz range, like where
Yeah.
or is it 5 to 7? I can't remember where like the vocal like
I think it's
presence
3.
lives.
I wanna say 3 kilohertz, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, and it's that stuff builds up very quickly, and it
Yeah.
becomes like it's almost the sensation of hearing like a million whispers all around you in stereo in like a haunted movie or something like that,
Yeah.
where it's just like your ear can't even like localize the
Yeah.
voices because there's too many to focus on,
Yeah.
and all of that high mid-range wispy content just builds up so fast.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and it
all that build up too, it just makes the lyrics themselves unintelligible.
Yeah, it becomes very hard to focus in on the lyrics and
Yeah.
to not try to almost like shut it out to avoid the like cognitive dissonance that's just
Mhm.
introduced by the mix and all the different voices that are happening.
Yeah.
So like that's one aspect is like the production sort of issues, I guess, which we've kind of heard before. And I if you're still here, I'm curious to know what your setup is for mixing, like your speakers or whatever, because a common thing that we find is if you're using a set of speakers that isn't being accurate to you, it's easy to make the same mistakes like over and over and over again
Mhm.
because it sounds awesome. It sounds amazing on your speakers, but it doesn't translate to anybody else's.
Mhm.
That's a pretty common thing. So let us
Right.
know if also if you're in like a small room, does it have carpet, you have acoustic treatment or not, um, that kind of stuff. What kind of speakers you're using?
Yeah.
I think song wise, uh, there's just so much repetition.
Yeah.
That main melody repeating like
Bum, ba-dum,
4.5 minutes,
bum.
yeah,
Mhm.
is I think it gets painful after the first verse.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, can we go to something else
Mhm.
a little different? Again, very this is just a common pitfall that we see like in like making music is it's the default is you start with one riff or section or chord pattern or melody, and like the easiest thing to do is just loop it and then like make new lyrics for each section. But
Mhm.
the like end state that's better for the listener experience is to create a very intentional like song journey where
Mhm.
you're taking the user through like a story that goes from one place and then goes somewhere else, like whatever. There's all sorts of ways to conceptualize this, but like the hero's journey, stories are usually not very much fun if they don't go anywhere, right? If there's no
Yeah.
change, there's no contrast, there's no like, you go somewhere and come back or you end up somewhere else. If it's just the same thing throughout, it's like I have nothing to learn, right?
Mhm.
As soon as I've heard it go the first time, the new lyrics, they don't substitute for having new energy and, excitement throughout and just variation in general.
Well, I mean, they literally copy pasted one of the verses there, and I mean that could be fine, like as like a it's like a pre-chorus kind
Sometimes,
of
yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's needed here. I think the two verses by themselves were like enjoyable to listen to. I didn't really need a repeat of that, and the last section is like the same thing, but with no vocals.
Hmm.
So I don't know what happens
Man,
there.
and that last section just keeps going. I'm like, can we
It keeps going, and
fucking stop hearing
it
it
drops
now?
everything. Yeah, it drops everything out except for that main sample, and then because of how it's limited, it just like gets louder and louder
It gets
and more
louder and
apparent.
more distorted, and like
Yeah,
it's just honestly, like, not to be mean, but that last part where we've got just this banjo and it's the way that it's distorted, I don't feel like it's a super interesting distortion where it gives like
yeah,
some sonic quality and texture. It's more just like this person's just fucking compressing the shit out of everything. Like
yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
compressing the shit out of things and maybe breaking like, pushing plugins to the limit where
mhm,
it's not really the way it's supposed to work.
yeah,
Not to say that there are rules, it's just like you got to be tasteful with this stuff or else
yeah,
people are going to think that you're just an amateur even
yeah,
if you're not. So maybe
yeah. I
it
think
plays into the whole thing about like the listening system and sort of having an even reference system and reference tracks to compare to.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just preference, but I think we're sort of both hearing the same thing. The bigger picture is there's so much mid frequency stuff going on. It's so loud. It's drowned. The bass isn't really there because of all of that,
Yeah.
and it
Which
repeats a
for
lot.
this kind of song, like boom, 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 like you really need a booming bass for that kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
This reminds me of that whole it sounds weird saying it now, but the jerking trend, like the jerk do you know that? You're a jerk.
Is it?
You're a
Oh,
jerk. I know like that whole like it like what is it? Preceded the Dougie, like teach me
oh,
how to
really?
Dougie. Teach me.
It's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
old?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. So it's like a little bit faster than the Dougie kind of music, but they have that kind of like saying boom, boom, boom. And it's like a hip hop genre that like people could dance to.
Yeah.
And I really kind of like felt that. Like it was a nice vibe to it, but like there was just no bass, there's no low end that you could shake your ass to, you know? Like the bass just sounded super distorted and like kind of flubby, you know?
Hmm.
Which is a shame. I don't think you want that there, and that's purely because of how you produced it. So, um, in terms of vibes by itself, I liked the deliveries of Chesbro. I commented that it almost like Chief Keef. Like I really kind of like the melodies that you did, like and like with the layered vocals. I think it sounds pretty nice.
Hmm.
Um, like in terms of content wise, I wish that in general, and I guess we could talk about it. It'll transfer towards content, which is the next subject. But I wish you guys like slowed it down a little bit. Why can't I comment? Never mind, it's loading. I don't know. I'm on a VPN and it always fucks up with me, but I don't know. Let us know if you
Twitch.
can. Yeah.
Oh.
Um, but I don't see any comments in the restream chat. That usually works pretty well.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just wish in terms of delivery, you guys could like slow down and like maybe sang a hook or something with that Chief Keef delivery. I think that'd be a little bit more enjoyable, a little more intelligible, um, instead of just kind of fast rap. I can't hear what they're saying. Anyways, what's this song about? Boy wasted at slot 731. It gives me no country vibe whatsoever. I have no idea how that relates to the what was said on the song.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a little bit confused overall, but some stuff to like, some stuff to work on. With that being said, vibes score. Do you feel equipped to give one?
Yes, I believe so.
Let me see. Where would I put this? I think here's feels right. All right, I'm ready. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Yeah,
Yeah, I was a little more harsh. I just think like the song itself isn't necessarily flawed. Like it's a cool idea.
yeah,
It's more just the execution is shooting itself in the foot
yeah,
over and over. Like
yeah,
each time it repeats and I'm done with it, it's like, oh my god, like this is 4.5 minutes of the same loop over and over, the same
yeah,
like four, 4+4 bar loop.
yeah.
Um, and
Definitely doesn't need
then
to be like, yeah, you could easily half the length of the song by just keeping the two original verses. Get rid of that last part. It doesn't need to be there. This could be like a freestyle, like just the beat there. It doesn't really change. There's two verses, maybe a catchy hook, and then get out. Like,
yeah,
you put in the genre progressive country, but I challenge you, how is this progressive?
hmm.
Because it's pretty much the same throughout, like from
Well,
beginning through the end.
that's I don't think that's what progressive means
That's how I
genre
take
wise.
progressive. Yeah, I take progressive as like there's a progression to the song. Like progressive metal is like it definitely has like a story arc, right? Where
Yeah,
this
I
doesn't
guess
have
it
one.
can be sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so content.
I
Oh
just
yeah,
gave it.
that's
Yeah.
sort of about that. Yeah, I think for me it's like it's yeah, just isolating it to content. It's a lot of repetition, the same thing. Uh, maybe there's room to like eliminate some layers, like possibly some of those background vocals. Um, Also, I thought what's his name, Hercules's vocal sounded like it was possibly recorded on like not the best setup.
Hmm.
It was a little bit of that like sort of present,
Yeah, it's
like
very up close to the mic. Yeah,
yeah,
proximity
like
effect.
up close to the mic thing, where then it was like also very compressed, and that was a little bit of an amateur giveaway there.
Yeah,
But
there's a
yeah,
stark difference between Chess Bros and Hercules's kind of vocal recording and production on it. So
yeah,
it was a little. I feel like you want to have kind of a consistent sound as much as
yeah.
possible.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I don't know. I think content, like, there's some cool ideas in this in the song itself, the style and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Main thing for me is the repetition needs to be figured out and like have a story arc, have some variation, or make it like way shorter. Make this like a 2.5 minute song instead of 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like this could be like a freestyle kind of song.
Yeah, it could be.
I have no idea how the title relates to this too. By the way, the lyrics, from what I could gather, it seems like they were talking about enjoying the like living the life in the country.
Hmm.
But then I'm hit with this like almost alien title that I don't know what to do with. So
Yeah.
kind of confusing. But yeah. Anyways, with all that being said, content. Do you have a score?
Mm, yeah, I think I do.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Ah,
I,
okay.
I
You
I
went up
went a
there.
little. Yeah, I think. Well, let me think about this. I mean, I want to believe that this song could be like a cool, like it has a cool
Yeah,
basis
as it
to
is,
it.
it's not. Yeah, but
But
yeah,
yeah, with the execution,
we're
it's
at
tough.
current stage. Yeah.
I'm gonna change this. I think that's actually where I want to be.
All right. Where are you at? Let's see. Oh, it'll update. All right. But
Yeah.
okay. It's production. We talked about it a lot, but
Yeah, it's production. I'm trying to think. This might be the one of the bigger issues for me because it's just throughout. Like,
production
there's
too.
supposed to be a boom and bass there, and I know
Yeah.
that I can tell from the part that it's playing, but
It's
it's
way
not there.
too
It's just
heavy.
super masked, and even at the end, just the integrity of the mix, sort of like
Yep.
it's very mid forward, a ton of clashing there, very kind of wispy.
Yep.
The bass is being completely missed. It's limited and compressed, and there's distortion where there doesn't need to be.
Mhm.
I think the mix, honestly, is the weakest part.
I can agree with that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
I
don't have
think.
much else to add past what we said already.
Mhm.
So with that, I have a score. You have a score?
Yes, I do.
3, 2, 1. Oh
I,
dang! All right,
I
into
think
the
it's
orange.
between redo and develop because if you think about
That's
it,
fine. That's fine.
I think there are parts of the mix that you need to redo, like scrap, take all the plugins off, like get all that limiting crap off, get all the distortion stuff off, go in, level the volume so it actually makes sense, so things work together. Work from buses, start doing some of the processing you want to do, like stylistically, but
Hmm.
just make sure you're not smashing everything and losing stuff in the process and causing too much chaos mix wise.
Yeah, I'm trying to refresh our scores here. It doesn't seems to be fucking up a little bit.
Once you get that funding and that new I'll bet it
That
will
new
work.
laptop. Oh no! It's the track average. It was like fucking up on our screen share.
On the screen share
Yeah, or the browser source. But
on the
anyways,
browser source.
all that being said, track total.
Yeah, let's see. Let's do some thinking
Uh,
here.
uh,
Track
uh,
total.
uh, uh, uh. Okay, I think I have a score. You have a score?
Yeah, me too.
3, 2, 1. Buh. Dang,
Yeah.
is that orange? Wait, no.
It's between
Reading
yellow and
yellow.
green.
Got it. Yeah, that sounds fair. Yeah,
I'll move you up 1 point.
there you go. 19, generous Josh.
Is it say 19 for you?
It says 18 for me right now.
Oh, yeah, it's 18.
Oh, okay. Oops, never mind. But
Sweet.
yeah. I think there's a lot of cool ideas, definitely unique, but there's just kind of some confusion I have on the overall content, uh, the title, the whole progression of the song is a little bit confusing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then
I think
there's
it's the
some
packaging
problems
for
on the
me.
production. Yeah.
There's some cool ideas with the writing and the idea, the concept of the song itself, but just like it's the song structure and repetition, and maybe some of the arrangement could be simplified a little bit to be less
Mhm.
clashing, and then just the production is not servicing it well.
Yep. But
But yeah, hope to hear more stuff that you've been working on. We haven't heard tracks from you in a long time, so I'm not sure if you've got other stuff that's in this realm or different. Be
for
curious to hear it.
yeah, for sure. I definitely want to hear some more Chess Pro stuff. The
Oh
energy
yeah,
is crazy.
yeah.
Um, but thank you, Chess Pro. Appreciate you. Welcome back.
Welcome
Um,
back.
and with that, we'll get to the next GOAT, the third ranked all time leader of submissions, probably Jacob Johnson. Jacob Sapp in the chat.
Jacob.
You're here.
By the way, Calix too. If you, I don't remember if you sent it before. If you have a track title that you want us to manually add to your submission, I'm not sure why it didn't save there. Then we can do that. Just let us know in the chat.
Let's see. Are you able to edit it right there on the site or no?
I'll edit it. I'll do my magic.
Got it. Okay, database. Okay, cool.
Don't give away our secrets.
Oops. Never mind. Magic. Ooh.
It's sausage making, as they call it.
Yeah, bro. I don't know about that. I'm good.
It's called Yi.
What? Yee?
It's track. No, kidding.
Anyways,
give us that track title. If you.
Oh, yay! All right. Anyways, Hart, Jacob Johnson. Let us know. No description here. That is not him. He is the artist, hip hop genre track artist Jacob Johnson. Hart. Cool. You ready, Josh?
Yep. Let's do it.
Jacob Johnson. Fart. 3, 2, 1.
Damn it. Oh, have we heard this?
Talk about yay. I don't think so.
Yeah, I know a kid that don't speak with his
I think
chest.
we did.
Use his head when he write his songs. Ask him on for some time at the stool, cause he got no job. Keeping eyes on the prize like he where I'm from. But he ain't never seen a check from DCSS. He ain't never had stress, his family got him set. He ain't gotta deal with the things I had. He couldn't do what I do if he tried to, man. But I respect him to fake it, make it mindset he has. I remember being young, thinking same as him, but gold plaques ain't goals, I just do it for friends. I've been where he been in the past, finding myself barely putting out tracks. I ain't take shots, boy, I'm telling your ass. Fuck all the numbers and fuck all that cash. Don't lose yourself, don't lose grip on.
Very Mac Miller vibes.
Don't lose yourself, don't lose grip, no. Don't
Almost
lose
Jake Polish,
yourself,
dude.
don't lose grip, no. Don't lose yourself, don't lose grip. Yeah. Nowadays I can tell who is really fake. The same foe that I claim lying to my face. I face palm cause respect all I ask for. I leave that goofy in the dust and I fast forward. I gotta keep my circle tighter than these assholes. Boy, trust, I can see right through that glass bowl. You ain't fooling anybody, but don't make me kiss your body. I can put you in the coma for the summer like a lobby. I ain't doing no apologies, I'm saying what I mean. If you ain't on my side, you ain't playing for my team. You ain't been here from the jump, you ain't even know my dreams. Hold up, motherfucker, let me breathe.
I gotta do that. I don't think I've heard this.
Don't lose yourself, don't lose grip, oh no.
Nice.
Don't lose yourself, don't lose grip, no. Don't lose yourself, don't lose grip, no. Don't lose yourself, don't lose grip, oh.
Nice.
Yeah. Hart.
Cool.
Fart. Jacob Johnson. That was good. Dude, the guy has an immaculate flow, and the confidence rings
You got an
through.
ad again. Sorry.
Imagine.
Oh my god.
Fucking ad, you're kidding. Come on, boys. Come on, bro. We don't know what. All
we-
right, we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out.
15 seconds. Wait. Oh, okay. He's waiting to be able to hear us. Oh shit. Like 5 hours. Okay, he's probably at like 5 seconds.
Dude, that's so
4,
sad.
3, 2.
I don't know. I mean,
Boom. Jacob,
Does
can
it-
you hear us?
does it? Yeah. Does it not like? Wow. I don't. How come I never get ads on Twitch? I don't understand. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, let us know if you
Ad
hear.
blocker. That's why.
Okay, you're back. You're back. Oh, ad blocker. Oops. Sorry.
Get that ad blocker,
Yeah, bro.
Jacob.
Yeah, talk about it. But Jacob Johnson, spin some mad fire as usual. Flows immaculate. I'm getting a lot of. I feel like I could hear a lot of his. What is it? Not references, but inspirations. I hear everything here from like J. Cole to who did you say, Josh? Mac
Mac
Miller.
Miller.
I hear a little bit of Mac Miller. I hear his own like just confident stuff coming out too, like very kind of strong delivery. I like that. I almost hear a little bit of yeet too, a little bit of at the end, you know. And then he does this little nice. A lot of variation, a lot of cool things to keep me entertained.
Yeah.
In general, I feel like this, and feel free to correct me if this is wrong, Jacob. Just hearing from your previous stuff, it sounds like this is like kind of in a demo stage, and you've just put it like a quick mix master on it. If that's what the stage is, let us know. Otherwise, that's what it sounds like. So maybe,
Or it
maybe
could be
would
that
go-
style where it's
yeah, maybe it
walking
go
around.
into the production, or it would be maybe that style of like more of a mixtape kind of thing.
He said, yeah, demo.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's what I felt like because I've heard him like properly mix stuff before, and it's you know, it's just on another level. But yeah,
Yeah.
if you're like looking for like ideas and stuff, or just kind of like the overall content, then we can give you that feedback too. Just let us know how we want to structure it. But yeah, I think pretty fire delivery so far. I think the man's got sick vocals as usual. What do you have, Josh, for vibes? First impressions?
Yeah,
I've been lagging. True.
I think this is really good
Yeah.
overall. At first I was, and maybe because you have some mixing to do, but I heard the vocal and was a little bit like, oh, is this going to be sort of like a real demo recording feel, or is it going to be more produced? And I think for whatever reason, maybe I just got used to it as it went on. I was like liking the sort of vocal recording sound a little bit more, and then there were parts where it sounded even more well produced that I
Mm,
was like, yeah, this sounds good.
mm,
It, I guess like feedback wise, well, first of all, I love the like packaging and the length and the variation that you've got. It makes it feel like clean and simple, like really satisfying because we kind of want to listen to it again
yeah.
because
I
you're
want to
not
listen to it.
giving them too much, right? You're like giving just the right amount for what you have to say, and that's like such a big differentiator between a lot of music that gets made where you're trying to just get sound in front of people and just like make a track and then like have it be a long track and then it ends up being a lot of repetition, but this is like you know
Yeah,
really
Josh,
thinking
run it
about what
back, man. All talk. Talk about it.
this this is like
Back it up.
this is like thinking about, well, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we've got a show to run here, but
Yeah. Come on, they ain't paying us over here. They're fucking running ads and not giving us money.
that's true. Well, Jenkins is paying us here,
Yeah,
so
Jake is paying us. Thank you very much. So
thank you
yeah,
very
thank.
much. But yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, like, overall, I think it's a really well made track that has a lot of potential and like doesn't surprise me all that much for your stuff. Oh boy, I forgot
Captain
about
Josh, bro. No, all he
I
is, bro. What do
forgot
you
about
know?
Jacob's
Captain Josh.
comments. Fuck.
They gonna
Um,
say, "Fuck it." Dude, imagine we run it back and Jacob gets another ad.
I hope.
That's
Can
like
I orchestrate
Peter.
that?
Dude, actually, I think I can like control when like there's a button that says like go to ad, and I can do it.
Oh my god, seriously?
I think there is, yeah.
Oh
I have
god.
to. I'll have to find it. That'd be so funny. All right, we're running it back
Holy
and
shit.
ad. That'd
Yeah,
be so funny.
seriously.
Anyways, where were we on vibes? Yeah, vibes. Go for it.
Yeah. But I think the few things that I have a little bit of like constructive feedback around are
Mm.
towards the end, maybe this last like third or so.
Mm,
Maybe from around like here.
mm,
I leave that goofy in the dust and I fast forward. I gotta keep my circle
Yeah,
tighter
kind of
than
from there on, I was like hoping for a little bit more movement or something, like something to kind of change a little bit. It feels almost like the musical
these
analogy of
assholes. Boy,
like a
sorry.
suspended chord where it just kind of like
Mm,
stays in one place but for a long time. And I don't feel like I'm getting that like resolution as much.
mm,
It kind of just stays on that and then goes to something else, which is like okay, but I just wanted a little bit more variation in that section that we were just showing you there.
mm.
And then towards the end, I like how it changes up, but I think let's see, there's something here that I want to listen to.
no, don't lose yourself, don't lose grip, no. Don't lose yourself, don't lose grip. Oh.
Okay, so there was a little bit there where there was a breathiness thing that was kind of glitched. I don't know if you heard that. Um, right here.
No, don't lose.
You hear that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's just kind of a little, production cleanup job to do. And then I don't know how I feel about like I feel
Maybach
like
music.
maybe that end run thing could have been a little cleaner. I mean, I'm sure your intention is to kind of have it feel more laid back, but I think the way that the very last thing you do in the track, the way you end it, is really important for just leaving the right taste in people's mouth or ears.
Mm.
So if the rest of it is really cleanly
You
executed, and then
tasting ears out here?
yeah, and then the last run is a little bit like sloppier, and it
Josh
just
just
sort of
fully.
oh my god, hey, it's
I'ma
constructive.
propose.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Dude,
Um,
Josh fully on his ass. Jacob's gonna get on his knees, propose,
I,
bro.
I totally forgot about the fun that Jacob brings to the chat when we're
I
roasting
fucking love it,
music.
man.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
great.
it. That's what we get from the top 3 submitters, to be honest. Each one of them. Chess Bro didn't
The
show up today
rapport.
for the chats too, but yeah. He
Yeah.
showed up once, but yeah, usually
The,
he's pretty active too.
the rapport is unreal.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah. So I mean,
I
all that
know,
being
bro. He
said,
on your ass. I'm just kidding.
all that being said, I think it's a great short and sweet track that has
Yeah,
a
cool story.
little bit
Yeah.
of room for improvement, just making it like pop a little bit more towards the end. I think
Yeah.
it starts strong. There's like, yes, there's good variation throughout, but it's missing a little bit of wow factor, I think, in the
Mhm.
middle to end there.
Yeah, I think I could say that for the content wise in terms of like lyrical content as well.
Hmm.
Like the first part is him talking about like he's like kind of criticizing but his own past self and that he's been there before and that he's like trying to do this music thing, go in the studio, like getting better and better and stuff.
Hmm.
The second part, it might be just how it was mixed because I just couldn't understand it as well. So I hope that they can um, kind of improve the clarity of the vocals. But it felt a little bit less impactful for me the second time around. And I know that Jacob has really good lyricism in general, but I didn't catch any like um, immediate references off the first listen off rip. So
Hmm.
uh, maybe that's on me. I can like listen, like run it back again. But yeah, we got a show here, so we'll keep it
Yeah,
moving.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, in general, yeah, I think it's like at a demo stage, I could talk more about content stuff. How what I would like suggest to make things a little bit, I think more fuller. I think that's what it needs at this point. It sounds like a demo, very
sure.
solid demo, but yeah, a demo nonetheless. So
And I think to caveat that, maybe we'll talk about it in content, but just like if you're gonna add things, I think subtlety would work here. Like
sure,
adding things that don't aren't like
good evening,
playing the whole
Oscar.
time,
Mhm.
adding elements like little like background vocal
Exactly, that's what I'm
additions,
thinking. Layers.
chorus stuff, like whatever that just comes in every once in a while and kind of is this a nice bright little color flash, and just like adds subtleties throughout the track that keep it really like popping and
Yeah,
interesting.
little like ad libs too.
Yeah,
But
yeah, exactly.
cool. All right. With all that being said, do you have a score for vibes?
Yes.
The,
And welcome, Oscar August. We got your submission. Thanks for submitting. Glad.
Fast. This man works fast. World's
Yeah,
fastest submission, apparently.
super
Appreciate you.
fast.
See, people, it's not that hard. See, Joker?
And Oscar, the way this works, we give pretty detailed feedback. It's kind of our differentiator here, as you'll
It's
see,
our
which we
MO.
hope is helpful. But it takes us a little longer to review tracks. We've only got about 30 minutes, 35 minutes left in the stream. So as you can see on the website, you are currently billed for our next stream, which is usually every Friday. I think should be next Friday.
Unless you
Um,
tip to skip.
yeah, if you want to get reviewed today, then on the website where you just submit the form, there's a little thing above that you can tip us $5, and that will skip you to the
You'll be
front of the
next.
stream, so you'll be up next. So
Yep.
if you don't want to, you'll be reviewed. We go in order. You'll be reviewed next week. But if you want to get reviewed today, that's the way to do that.
Yeah. And we'll email you. Did they sign up? Actually, I think each one
Not
has
for
an
the
email, right?
platform, no.
Okay, okay.
But
Do they
you'll
get
get
emails?
email notifications. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you'll get an
you'll
email when, yeah, when
yeah
you're up. So.
before the stream next week.
Cool. But yeah, let us know if you're gonna tip. We'll do you next. But okay, vibes. Do you have a score at this point?
Yes, I do. Do
Three,
you?
2, 1. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. Yeah,
I
it's pretty
mean, Chris is
solid.
usually
I like it a
harder
lot.
on the hip hop stuff because he wants to be the best coach possible.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm
But I
so
was
much better
impressed.
than. I'm just kidding. I just like more clarity. It's a demo. I think it's a really solid idea. I think you produce your own tracks too. So did you produce this beat too? Um, if so, like you can easily add a little bit more layers to make it a little more full sounding.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the bare bones. There's a sample, there's a drum beat, and a bass instrument, but not much else.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I think he knows that. So content. What do you have?
I think we talked about it. Just like
Of course.
sprucing things up a little bit throughout.
Oh, if I would have known that if you fucking filled out our form correctly, but you just put your role as artist when we have other roles like beat maker.
That's true. It's searchable. So if you're like, yeah, I'm the artist. Let's see, I produced it. Just type in producer, that kind of thing. That's okay.
Let me
Let me untip.
Could you imagine, bro?
Do a credit card hold or something. I
You're
don't know
gonna
what to
get
tell
it
you.
crazy. You give us a hot check.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're still your credit card information. So just kidding. Don't get me
Um,
banned.
yeah. I mean, look. Aside from what we've talked about, I don't have a
Yeah.
lot in content. I think it's small. incremental improvements, and it's good to keep this simple. So just
Yeah.
don't go overboard with it.
There's just like a couple things we talked about. I'll just do like kind of razor sharp stuff. The like ad libs, like adding like subtle things, nothing too crazy for sure. Like it's the content and like overall structure is pretty fantastic at this point. But there's a point where you're like, let me breathe, and then like you just didn't do anything. Like I wanted you to go like, "Ugh!" Like that like classic kind of trope. I think some background vocals and layering, especially on the hook, can do wonders here.
Yeah.
And maybe just like kind of other instruments to help fill out the space a little bit. Nothing too crazy though. In terms of a skeleton, this is pretty solid, and I'm pretty confident that like one, your delivery is good, and the lyricism is like pretty decent always. So I'm sure once the production kind of clears up, that I'll be happy with whatever you're saying in the second half. But yeah, yeah, that's kind of my content vibes. Overall, it's pretty strong at this point.
Yeah. Should we give scores?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. We've only got time for 2 more, so let's get through this.
Three,
All right.
2, 1. Yeah,
Fair.
there you go.
Yeah, it's in the same ballpark as our vibes. And then production, just like making sure that your vocal processing and stuff, or like editing is cleaned up. That little breathiness glitch there, to take note of that.
Yep.
And just making sure that it's super dialed in and your vocal sounds consistent throughout, because I do think it started to sound better towards the end somehow. I'm not sure if that was your like placement, delivery, or like some other factor, but I think it could be made a little bit more consistent. Chris, what's going on there?
I'm trying to be an essay, but my neck too fat.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'll be right back. Continue.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot else on production. I think you're getting there. Sure, it's in demo phase. I think keeping your tracks and your layers simple is helping you a lot with making it sound good, and just good source content, and a good good first pass at production here. Jay activating Curry's ADHD on stream, funny as hell. That is pretty accurate.
If I only had Modelo, bro, that'd be crazy.
Is that a blue
Modelo
moon?
time food.
Oh yeah, for real.
Anyways, sorry.
Oh my
sorry,
god.
what were you saying?
That's a lot of pattern you got there.
A lot of what?
It's a lot of pattern you got there.
Oh, dude, you know what? I would have like done the top button cholo thing, but my
my God.
buttons, my buttons on this shirt are like half of them are missing. So I can't do it. I can't do the meme.
Yeah.
But I was gonna do like one of those like with the fucking Modelo like. Dun, 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 dun. But anyways, I can't. And now I'm just embarrassing myself. So, anyways, hey, say what's up? I'm from Nuevo Mexico. I'm a burqueño.
Oh my god.
But not really. I'm just appropriating because I'm half Asian, half Caucasian, baby, half white.
He's Caucasian.
I got a Caucasian, baby, and
Yep.
Caucasian. Emphasis on cock, everybody. Welcome to
my
Fast
God.
Track After Hours, baby.
Jesus Christ. It's gonna be after hours if we don't get through this. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, my bad, guys. Sorry.
I've given my thoughts on production. What do you got?
I think I can agree. Pretty much. I have said what I had to say. It
All
sounds
right,
like a
just
demo.
Publish your score then.
3, 2, 1.
66, really?
Yeah.
See, but the thing is, I feel like for the style that this is going for, there's nothing like obviously wrong aside from those few little noticeable things I mentioned. With the mix, it's just like maybe it could be mastered to be a little bit fuller.
Yeah.
But I think like your balance of things is pretty good so far.
Yeah, overall balance. I mean, yeah, I changed my score to 70 there to be sly. But I mean, it sounds like a demo. Like I've heard, even if you say it's just like, okay, if it's just the vocal track itself, I heard like issues between the volume or just like not even the volume, maybe perceived volume of when he switches from like a loud delivery confident to where he goes up. I can hear him go up close to the mic and like lower his volume.
There could be differences.
There.
Like
that's a demo. That's not finished. So that's why I can't really go much higher than that. But yeah. Josh, let me get a dress change. Josh, what were you for Halloween? Let him know. We gotta finish this track, but he'll answer that question because it's pretty nice. Overall track total, what do you got?
Oh, he was fast track for Halloween. Nice. You got a Fast Track costume, like the logo. Is it inflatable?
There's no way. He's gonna roast us. He's setting us up.
Yeah, I'm
All
sure.
right. I have my overall score for track total. What do you got? You got a score? Anything? Anyone you want to say before you score?
Yeah, I mean, you're on the way there. I think it's like small refinements at the final touches, a little bit of addition of just stuff to make it pop, and this is going to be a great track.
Yeah, this will be like an easy good to go for me. It's just it sounds like a demo right now, and that's what it is. Cool.
Sure.
3, 2, 1. Yeah.
It's on the way. It's good. Thanks for submitting. It's been too long, and glad that you got to submit finally on our platform.
Nice, bro. He's a penis, inflatable penis. That's what FastTrack is to him.
Yes.
Yeah, here you are,
Nice.
coming back again and again. Get that FastTrack penis, huh?
Yeah. God.
Hey, yes,
He was a Caucasian.
Hey,
That's
he's
what
looking for that Caucasian, baby. Hold the Asian.
Oh my God.
Hold the cock.
Jesus. All right.
All right.
Next track.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's
Jacob
good.
Johnson.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate you, man. Have a good day. Always fun with you.
Yeah, you too.
Dino Spumoni.
Who gave
Unless someone
Curry
wants
a
to
beer?
tip. What?
It's a good. He said, "Who gave Curry a beer?"
You freaks,
Good
bro. You
question.
brought up the word penis in our chat. I have evidence. Like you brought up the word penis.
Oh my God.
I did say cock though. I don't know when, but Joker is
Okay,
not even
so
here.
did I miss it, or did what's his name? Calix never gave us a title.
I don't know.
He
But
just called
Calix
it.
always seems to come in to the chat, so I don't know if they're still there. But
Yeah, I don't know. He said dope. Maybe I'll just change the name of the track to dope. Unless Calix, you're still there and you want to change it.
yeah,
It just looks
we
weird
said
without a title.
YE. Yay.
Oh, you're here. Calix, what is your track called so we can put the title in because it's not showing up right now. Oh, I think you put the name as your username when you signed up. Is that what happened? No, I see. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but we
What
can
happened?
swap that out. It looks like his if you
No
look in the queue, his
I see
his
it. Yeah.
username is no tomorrow, which is backwards. So
You dummy. I'm just kidding.
we can fix that. We'll fix it in post.
So you want your fast track username to be Calixto, and then the track is no tomorrow. We could fix
Yeah,
that.
I can change that.
All right, we'll assume that's what you want. But okay, you are not
Sweet.
next, unfortunately, unless you tip.
Yeah.
But,
All right. We've got 25 minutes and we have 2 tracks, so let's do this.
Dino Spumoni, inside role, producer, track genre, dubstep. Dino Spumoni.
Yeah.
From
Yeah,
Hey
we've been waiting for this one.
I have been. I can't wait. You ready?
Yep. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Thank you, Calixto. Sticking around too. Happy Friday. He's over here clacking beer, bro.
Yeah. I was like, is that you?
That was me. Interesting group.
That's cool.
That's right, party. Oh, that's cool. A little and that layer was amazing, right? Sounds like a broken instrument. Broken marimba.
Gotta get that dough, gotta get that paper, make that network double up. Gotta get that money, get that guala, gotta watch it bubble up. Gotta let that Maserati with the 4 Giottos run them up. Doing numbers, run them up. Number one, run up.
marimba is nice for sure. It'd be cool to vary that marimba melody because that timbre itself is
Yeah.
really cool. Um, but then again, the song ended when I wanted it to kind of vary, so I don't know. But that
Yeah.
could be an
Little
idea.
bit of an awkward foot to
Ending
end
for
on
sure.
there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dino Spumoni
You know.
for the best name in our queue so far. Um, you got a vibes here. First impressions.
Um, yeah, I mean it's cool. It sort of evokes like sound design. I feel like there's a
Yeah.
lot of like found sounds, like little glass sounds and like Edward Scissorhands type shit.
Oh, we got that.
Yeah,
You got one of
yeah,
those.
which is
You got one of
cool.
those like ball slap fucking. You know what
God,
I'm talking-
what?
that instrument where you slap it and it goes prrrr.
Oh, like a
Vibra
I can't
slap. I
remember.
think it's called a
Okay,
vibra slap. Yeah,
sure.
Google it.
Yeah,
I heard one of those pop up. Very very interesting instrumentation for sure.
yeah, yeah. Interesting. Again, it's that
Unique.
like sound design experimental type thing where it's like there's so much happening at all times. It's like, whoa, what was that? What was that? What was that? Which is
Yet it's
cool.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, not easy to do. I think there's a good level of variation, like energy changes, like things cut out all the way and come back in, like it's very satisfying. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think in terms of like feedback. Then that's all the good things. I think there's a little bit of of high frequency bias in some parts
Yes.
where things get just a little bit bright, and I think you're
Organic.
probably trying to go for like a high fidelity type sound where everything is very clear and ASMR ish. But if you have to get that balance really correct between the lowest frequencies and the highest frequencies for things to sound like well rounded and like sort of HD. And if you go just a little too far outside of those boundaries, it can start to sound a little messy.
Mm.
One thing that I realized, I was like, there's something that I feel like could be a little more satisfying here is the snare.
Mm.
It's a little bit flat and kind of one dimensional to me, and I don't know if it quite fits the like sound design, aesthetic thing here.
Run it back.
It's more like a
Oh, the clap.
yeah, it's more like a trap snare, like a clap, like a
Like a
hip
clap.
hop
Yeah.
clap or something. And I want something a little bit more delicate or maybe like interestingly textured. This is kind of very generic.
Mm.
And again, I think it's very basic and pretty bright. It doesn't have much of like a nice attack dynamic to it. It's just kind of like a, like a very flat wall of high frequency sound, and it
Mm.
doesn't change throughout. So with this kind of thing where I think you're aiming for like a feeling of precision when you've got
Mm.
all these found sounds that are like these delicate, like little tapping things and cutouts, having a snare that's a little bit tighter and has more dimension to it where it's got some dynamic range could, I think, help this sound more like high quality.
I
It's like
almost like
quality
how it's
engineering.
kind of like a counterculture kind of thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna just like do all this interesting shit around it, and then just make this. We know it's
Sort
coming
of.
on 2 and 4. It's gonna be a clap, whatever. It kind of it's an interesting approach to me
It's one way to do it. I think it leaves some to be desired for me. Like I think if you did something more unique there, it could be more interesting overall.
for
But it
sure.
also might just be there's a lot of high frequency there and it's contributing to that slight,
Mhm.
imbalance.
I think some of the bass instruments, it's kind of like that bro step vibe, where the bass is kind of like this, or not even that. It's like wah wah wah, like that kind of wubby kind of thing. I
Hmm.
think they might take it a little bit to the extreme, which is okay in some sense because that's like kind of what we want. We want to
Yeah.
go crazy with this kind of music, but there's a part, and I talked about it like in my live reaction where there's like the part where this like driving bass is supposed to come in, and I really wish that it just took up more of the frequency space instead of being layered with the kind of farty like. I'm sorry, I'm like all these dumb noises, but like this is how you give feedback to dubstep. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
um, when those two were on top of each other, it was
The
just
only
like
way.
it's the only way, the only accurate way. When
Hmm.
those two were on top of each other, it really took away from that bottom like bass, which I really liked. And I think if you like got rid of that top kind of farty thing, and then really just kind of focused, dialed in that sound of that like driving bass, you could make it not only louder and more impactful, but you could like distort it and like have it take up more of that frequency space that you're kind of trying to fill with that kind of farty upper thing.
Yeah.
And it would give me more variation to listen to, and yeah. I think that bass sound would probably have been my favorite. Um, we're still on vibes, aren't we? It's crazy.
Yes.
We're kind of giving full track review and then just
Yeah.
going through it, but that's fine. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I don't know if I could really say who this reminds me of too much. Maybe a little bit of Rusco vibes, but really this is kind of your own sound here. So congratulations. I think this is pretty unique sounding in general.
Mhm.
Um, there is a little I did get some reminiscent vibe of the melody itself. Like I feel like have heard some of that like kind of descending melody. I do like how it's executed though, and I'll talk about that more in content. But for the sake of vibes and for the sake of the last person that submitted, do you have a score?
Let's see vibes. Yeah, I'm gonna say
I think it's pretty well produced too in general.
yeah, I think so too.
All right, I have a score.
Yeah, me too.
3, 2, 1.
Ha,
Yeah,
there we go.
pretty
Pretty
crazy.
synced.
Look at me, I'm the bad guy. But
Just by a hair.
content. Do you have anything to add?
Uh, Not really. I think we talked about it.
Um, yeah, I forget who it looks like. It sounds like I want to just give him the flowers. I think that broken marimba sounding thing layered with like the bass that he puts in. That's kind of like stabby, but it's a sub bass at the same time. It sounds like so cool.
Yeah.
And you kind of do. I don't know if you do this intentionally, but what it sounds like, it's like almost kind of isolating and pumpy. Like you do some sort of side chaining with it, and it's just like Josh said. It sounds very precise, and that is something that I appreciate in this kind of genre.
Yeah.
It's not just about loud noises. You have a lot of space in the track too, which allows things to breathe like that. So that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, the content thing, maybe the melody itself of that marimba instrument could do something a little bit different. Like it doesn't have to be the same dun 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 dun. Like that's probably like all it did. At least that's what it sounded like to me. You know, you could do something to switch it up a little bit.
Mhm.
But yeah, content I think it's pretty decent. The ending should definitely use some work, but yeah. You have anything else, or should we go for?
No, I think the cool part here really is the arrangement.
Except
It's
for the ending.
except for the ending. Yeah, there's a couple of things to improve. So
Mhm.
yeah,
All that being said, score. I have it. You have it.
yeah, too.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Go.
It's pretty
Making you
good.
the guy again.
What?
Making you the bad guy again.
Yeah, man. Big hater shit. I guess it's the beer
Oh yeah. All
production.
right, dope. And then production, we talked about just a teeny bit bright. I think overall it's it's pretty well balanced. I think your goal here sounds like is to make things sound as high fidelity as possible and sort of be right in the listener's ears with all these interesting sounds. So just make sure like you're not putting too much reverb on certain things. In a couple places I heard kind of a like not super awesome reverb on a few instruments that was like, does it need to be there really, or can it be dialed back a little bit? um, and similarly with just making sure your high frequencies aren't out of check.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
about it really.
And for me, just making sure you do it pretty well for the most part, but just making sure that some of those bass instruments really shine. Like you don't have to put a wet bass on every big kind of drop hit. So yeah. But other than that, I have my score. You have your score.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
There we go.
There you go. Bad guy again. By
Nice.
2
Yeah,
points.
I know, I was almost gonna do 90. It would have been the
Right, bro.
same one
Yeah,
point.
we both had to go weird fucking scores. Track
Yeah.
total. All this being said, I'll see that it's probably around. This sounds right. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Yeah, sure. We back at it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, so I mean, it's up there. It's a unique track. It's
Solid.
cool.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of 1 or 2% room for improvement, 10%.
Cool name.
But
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
It's all
So
there.
send us more stuff. This is the first thing we've heard from you, Dino. So
Dino Spumoni.
would love to
And
hear
they're a
it.
user, so come back.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Dope.
Last track.
Oops, I think I just moved it, or maybe you did.
No. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Marwallo.
Marwallo. Unless someone tips. Last chance. Boop.
Doubtful.
Doubtful indeed. But thank you for sticking around. Thank you for the submissions. Thank you for the compliments on our platform. Check it out. Why don't you? Um,
Hmm.
anyways, last one. Marwolo, Morning After. Let's see. Their role on the track was composer, arranger, beatmaker, artist, keyboardist. Are you listening, Jake and Zav? Synth player, guitarist, recording engineer, mixing engineer, maybe too much, mastering engineer, producer, drum programmer, synth operator, sound designer. This person went through half of our list. But hey, more information for us.
Yeah,
Basically,
that's
seems
great.
like they did pretty much everything, but we'll see. Track genre, synth pop, synth wave. Track artist Marwalo, just idea. Cool.
Cool.
All right,
Let's give it a
so
listen.
thank you, Marwalo. We appreciate it, and let's listen to it. You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Waveform be bricked up. Three, two, one.
Just gonna say.
Bricked up on a Friday evening. Oh my God, 80s.
Got some words from a cherry
Wow.
lips underneath the neon lights.
Nice.
Even
All right,
with just
weekend.
fingertips, communicating
That's a
what
cool chord
she's
pattern.
after. Conversation translates into bad decisions in the making. Empty eyes and traumatized. It's funny how these things just fall apart. Covered skin
Oh wow.
Great vocals.
in the background. Leather
Sound like
jacket,
a
love scene,
album
baby. Flick your cigarette at sundown. Taking over every thought. She knows we're headed for disaster. Lock those windows, shut the doors. Forget about the morning after.
Nice.
Forget about the morning after.
Wow.
Forget about the morning after. How could I ever say anything but yes to being what you'd expect of me? I wanna be your one and only, and just to feel your skin on mine. Won't you let me in? I wanna be your one and only. Tattooed, covered skin and the stereo
Dude,
firing in the background. Leather jacket, love scene, baby. Flick your cigarette at sundown. Taking over every thought. She knows we're headed for disaster. Lock those windows, shut the doors. Forget about the morning after.
Great melody.
Forget about the morning after. Forget about the morning after. Taking over every thought. She knows we're headed for disaster. Lock those windows, shut the doors. Forget about the morning after.
Wow,
Yo,
that was so entertaining to the very end.
dude, that was
This is
so
just an
cool.
idea,
What?
bruh.
They're bullshitting.
That's what they said. This is just an idea.
But they must be like being cheeky about it. I mean, this is like
They put a
fully
they put a
done.
smiley. They put a smiley.
Yeah, yeah. This is
I don't know,
sick.
man. I might this might ruin Quinn's streak here. To be quite
Ooh,
honest. Look,
man,
Calixto is going crazy too. He loves it.
I know.
Send
I
this to
didn't
Retrowave channel, dude. Do it, bruh. Help him
for
out.
real.
Maybe we should.
Man,
We should connect to these bigger music artists. We'll see.
yeah.
Maybe once our platform's actually being used and we have some weight, some clout. Right now, we're nobodies.
Right
With
now
200
we are.
followers, I think. So,
Yeah, not bad. Not a bad
follow us,
start.
guys. Help us out. Do the
200
music.
followers, and we've given feedback to like 500 and
Over
something
500
tracks.
songs.
Yeah,
And some change. So
crazy.
spread the word, y'all. Spread the word. But wow. Calixto said it all. This is fire. I love it. Insane. This made me smile listening to it. This dude's got like power metal vocals too. It's like fantastic. I
Yeah.
love it. He's unique sounding. It's like the instrumentation itself. I know it seems he said he programmed the drums, so it does sound like drum machine stuff. It sounds like they're trying to be very faithful to this era of the '80s, which I
Yeah.
can respect. But it does come with a little bit of a cheesy sound. But ah man, I love this idea. I love this a lot.
I know. It's so cool.
Um, yo, what's up, De Niro, Robert De
Hero.
Niro, Robert De
Why you gotta do the Italians like that, man?
Because it's De Niro, you know.
I know.
It's
We got Dino
official.
Spumoni. We had
We
Dino
got Dino
Spumoni, and then we got
Spumoni. We got De Niro.
Jesus fuck.
Hi, Italian. What's up? I look like an essay apparently, but
Oh my god.
yeah. Shouts out to you guys. What's up, De Niro? If you want to submit music, bruh, check out our website. Do it over there. Unfortunately, this is the last song of today, but you can get lined up for the next week. And you'll be pretty much early in the queue, so we should be able to get to you. But yeah, welcome. Appreciate the cool name too. So
De
yes.
Niro. If you want to sign up, you should toggle the little sign up option. So then it'll save your info, and when you submit in the future, you'll be able to do the form faster. And
Yep.
if you want to tip next week or in the future, you'll be able to do that if you sign up.
Yeah, if you tip, you get feedback immediately.
Yes, and this isn't just signing up for the stream submission; it's signing up for our music productivity and collaboration platform that we're building, which we've got stuff scheduled for release in the next couple months. So you'll be
It
hearing
will
about that
be
soon.
sick.
Yes. Man, I mean, yeah, this is so cool. I just wasn't
So cool.
expecting this at all, like from the start.
Guys. Yeah.
There was nothing to give this away because it's just a pretty simple like artist
It
name
blew
and
us away. Yeah.
title. I kind of wish, I feel like maybe I would have gotten a sense this was more finished if they'd submitted album art.
Hmm.
Maybe we can make it clearer in the form or something. Maybe people just don't want to find their artwork or they don't have it yet if it's work in
Right.
progress.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if y'all would upload your album art, and then whoever does this, by the way, who uploads their art, you're gonna stand out in the queue because like
For sure.
right now nobody else has got it in there. Only a
Mhm.
couple people at the beginning did. So
Mhm.
send that through. But anyways, Marwalo, god damn, this is so. I wonder if Marwalo is a band name
Mhm.
or if it's just an artist, and if the artist, yeah, wow,
It
composer,
says
arranger,
artist. It's
artist,
everything. Yeah.
keyboardist, synth player, guitarist. Whoa, seriously? Wait,
One man band.
were they the vocalists too though? Because that's
That's
not.
what I'm wondering too. Yeah.
That's a big question
Yeah.
because if
Because the
they,
vocalist was fantastic. Yeah.
yeah, like what I would be most excited about is if this was a. Oh fuck! What just happened? Sorry, I just went back in my browser. If this is the actual vocalist, then I think you've got like an act with a lot of potential here.
You got the
Not
it.
to say, yeah, not to say if this is like a vocal sample or something, a different vocalist that, you've still done a great job with production here and putting this together as a track. Like,
Mhm.
actually, kind of really impressive if that's the case,
Yeah.
because it sounds like it's a band or
Yeah.
an artist.
Yeah.
Very shocking if this is literally just you doing all this. Like, whoa.
Yeah. Very nice. I think I was thoroughly entertained all the way through. Impressed by their vocals. The imagery is very 80s. They
Yeah,
talk about leather jacket, love seat. She flicks her cigarette as they're about to get it on. You know,
yeah,
all that kind of smoky 280p or whatever. What is it? 240p music video.
yeah, sure.
Um, she's got like some puffy fucking mullet haircut.
I'm trying to think of who the artist this reminds me of, like vocal style and a little bit of the '80s thing.
I
I don't
heard
know
a
if you know.
little bit of Weekend. I heard a little bit, literally like power metal vocals,
Yeah,
like
do you know
Stradivarius.
Marmozets? Have you ever heard of Marmozets?
No,
They've got like a similar vocalist style, and I think fuck, there's this other band that's very
it's
like
almost
80s.
indie-ish too. I hear a little bit of indie,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm getting at too. There's another like sort of indie rockish band that I'm thinking of, but
but
I can't remember.
awesome. Keep doing you, Marwalo. This is cool.
Yeah, this is super cool.
Solid.
I'm trying to assess like just big picture how like ready or professional this sounds, and
Yeah.
I think again like I could be convinced honestly that this is a band that has a major record label deal
Yeah.
and has a full production team and songwriting team and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
it's that well put together that it's like, whoa, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And it really makes me want to listen to more stuff from you. So
Yeah. Very excited. Glad to hear we get some crazy artists in our stream here.
yeah,
I think this is one of them for sure.
yeah, definitely.
All that being said, vibes. We are at 7:30, so let's go through it. Vibes. You have a score?
Da, da, da. Yes, I do.
3, 2, 1. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
pretty
right
much.
there. Like there's
I was
maybe a
at
couple
initially
of
at good, but
yeah.
yeah.
There's
The
maybe
only
like
thing is like I think they might be a little bit too faithful to sounding like 80s, to where it's a little bit cheesy sounding of that era.
maybe there might be a little bit of room to like become a little bit more unique. Maybe.
Yeah,
Although I will say there's a lot of
this
bands
is
that
so
are
cool.
coming out that like have a bunch of the 80s influence
Yeah,
uh that are a little unique. I actually think this is not pure 80s. I think this is more like uh modern interpretation of 80s in the way
yeah.
that's pretty common these days.
I see. I see. I
But
can agree with that.
it's
I can get
cool.
down. Content. You have anything to say?
I think it's the right length for what it is. I think it keeps the energy up the whole time.
Solos were
The
great. Chugging guitar was great.
the
Progressed
melodic
very
y-
well.
yeah, the melodic like motifs throughout are great. The guitar
The
chugging, the guitar
performance,
solos,
yeah,
performance, the vocal performance, like
performance was ridiculous.
awesome.
Yeah.
If there's any room for improvement, um, I wonder what that would be. I mean, I
For
almost
me, it might be the drum samples.
yeah, it could be.
Yeah, but really, like, I just thought that they were just being faithful to that sound. That's why they chose it. So
Yeah,
then I was like, okay, kind of passable, but yeah,
I
crazy.
agree.
Because like the weekend does a lot of 80s stuff, but it sounds a little bit more polished. But I don't think he's trying to be necessarily faithful to that sound. It's like he's trying to sound modern and crisp and pop.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like this person is trying to be like, nah, I'm 80s. I'm
Mhm.
diehard,
Yeah.
So that's fine. There's a lane for it. Yeah. All that said, I have a score.
Yeah, me too.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I knew it.
Exactly.
Flip flopping. Yeah, I mean, it was sort of like one point was for the maybe like drum samples or like a couple of areas that you could. I almost want like looking back on this, I almost want a little bit of a section where it pulls back a little bit more and then
Mhm.
goes more into it, but not super necessary. I think listening to it, I was like, this is cool. I think
Yeah.
what I really am wanting is just to hear a little bit more stylistic variation from the artist, meaning I
Mhm.
want to hear more tracks from you. I
Yeah.
don't think there's anything wrong with this track. It's just like I want more of it. But
Yeah.
see what your full range is sort of style and capability.
Hmm. I can
Uh
agree with that. Production.
cool. And
We
then
kind of alluded to it a little bit. I just think
production.
a little faithful to the 80s sound. Maybe it sounds a little dated, but it's a stylistic choice for me. I get it.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it would
Drum
be
samples.
nice if there was something that was a little more unique, like sonically here. But
Mhm.
I don't. Again, I don't know if it's like a needed thing.
No, I was
Um,
thoroughly entertained throughout the whole song, and I was
yeah,
smiling and just
yeah,
surprised at how good of an artist we have here. So
yeah. I agree. And maybe the other part is just the drums being a little bit
a
more
little flat.
polished, maybe a
Yeah.
little more realistic, like just rounded out a little bit more. I think the snare
A little
throughout.
bit more impactful. Yeah.
Yeah, the snare was the main thing I was losing a little bit, and maybe the kick a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like the vocals really up there kind of, and then it just feels like the snare isn't quite at the same plane,
Mhm.
or is falling back a little bit in the mix. So
Yep.
slight adjustment there.
Yep. I have a score.
Um,
You do?
do I? I think I do. Yes.
3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's
To me, it's
still
the weaker part. Yeah, but it's
sure.
strong. Still
It's
strong.
still pretty damn good. I think like this is a very good case for if you don't actually have a professional mixing and mastering engineer. This is like if you were to get like a record label deal, they would just give you a mastering engineer and you'd send in the mix and they would master it and it'd be radio ready and you wouldn't have to do anything to the mix.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's at that level.
I agree. That being said, track total.
Man, it's a tough one.
I wonder what you got.
It's a tough one.
I have something. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Boom!
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Finally!
Woo!
How long has it been? Has it been January? Was it
No, no, no. We
January?
got one from Quinn more recently. Like that
Have
was a
we?
couple months ago. Yeah, because the
Okay.
first one was in January, and then we got another
Maybe
one
it's like
like
August or
two
July or
months
something.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is sick. I
That's
don't think
awesome.
we've heard anything in this genre that's like of this caliber and quality, and I really like rooting for
Click still likes it.
Marwalo here as an artist. So like, if
Yeah.
you're not already like signed, that I think you've got a really good case for it. Or if you don't
Yeah.
want to go that route, I think you can build a team and segue. Hopefully, you can build a team on Fast Track because that's what we're
Boom.
building.
Yeah, yeah.
The whole idea is like, there's so many talented creators that have skills in different areas of the music creation process, from songwriting to delivery and playing different instruments like synth work, mixing, mastering, artwork, promotion, like the whole. There's so many things that you need to do, and there's so many people that are good at those things, but most people aren't good at all of them. So
Mhm.
what you really need to be successful in this super duper competitive music market is to have
Duper.
the best team that you can get and to make the best music that you possibly can, like on all fronts. Otherwise, you just kind of don't have a shot. It's
Mhm.
the reality of it. So
Yeah. And
what we're building
Spotify's gonna take
is,
away all your money.
yeah. Oh, yeah, that whole thing. But
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, what we're building is a team building platform where you can bring your own collaborators if you want to, and you can see different versions of tracks you're working on, and keep track of that stuff. You can leave comments on tracks to collaborate and get feedback. You can get feedback from professionals to make your stuff as good as it can be, like you're all doing here.
Yeah.
Um, and you can also hire people on your team, or just have royalty split teams per project or long term to assemble your own personal record label, essentially.
Yeah,
So
Marwello, you got all these different positions. Maybe, you can up your output by building a team here, also getting a promotional person because this is a
yeah,
great track. Get it out there.
that might be what you need in this case, is like
Yes.
somebody to help you navigate that whole world. So
Do it
that,
project by project. Do it transparent in a transparent manner. Do it with, royalty splits that make sense. All
yeah.
that.
So that's what's coming.
Sign
Hope
up,
to
yo.
hear more. Yeah, and everybody, if you are interested in this, either when you sign up for the stream, you can sign up for the platform, and then you'll have access to those features as they come out. um, and all the stream submission niceties of being able to resubmit more easily and to tip and see where you are in the queue.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're in the queue already, you will get notified before the stream next week in the morning. So just to tell you, like, you're up for the stream this week. And if you got reviewed today, you will get an email when your video replay is up. So you'll actually just be able to click on a link in the email. It'll take you to the Fast Track platform, and it'll go right to the timestamp from when we reviewed you. So you'll be able to see that.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, this was a good stream. It's great to see some old friends back.
Exactly. Yeah. What a way. What a way to finish.
Yeah, but
The week.
Jokerhead never came in today. Wow.
Interesting indeed. No, I
Yeah.
was gonna hit him with the copy pasta as soon as I saw him, but
Yeah,
man, we
but
miss you, Jokerhead. But hey, I'm sure they'll be watching at
yeah,
some point. So that's just like Jokerhead, man. He watches the whole stream last week, no song, submits at the last, very like after we do the last song, after putting in his SoundCloud links, tips it, and then the next stream when he's first, he's gone. He's absent.
yeah. Well, he'll see it. He'll get an email notification. So
Yeah.
yeah, anyways, thanks everyone for joining. I hope the new folks are into the whole stream thing. Let us know if there's improvements that you see, or
Yeah.
anything on the platform that you would like to see, or
Yep.
any issues you find. And otherwise, follow us on Twitch so you get notified when we go live. We are
Yeah. Yeah.
here every Friday from 5:30 to 7:30 Central. Join our Discord if you want to chat it up with the other folks, and follow us on Instagram,
Yeah.
fasttrack_music. And yeah, we're excited to roll out some useful music management features for you to
Thank
make your
you,
best music
Calixto.
yet, and hope that our feedback is helpful too.
I believe
Love hearing it.
Calixto's first on the next stream, and we'll get those titles
Yes, that's
fixed for him.
correct. Yeah, we'll get that sorted out.
Cool. All right.
Cool.
We'll have to hit up Marwallo because top tier track comes with a little bit of perks. So
Yes, indeed. All right.
cool.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. Have a good
Happy
weekend.
Friday.
Peace
Peace,
out.
peace.
Happy Friday.